Hello, my name is Hippozarneet, and I'm going to walk you through on how to kill Mythic L'ura as a Feral Druid. First, I'm just going to talk about cooldown timings, defensive usage, utility usage, good reminders to have, whatever it may be. It's going to be a one-take walkthrough. If there's a mistake, there's a mistake. Whatever.
Here we go.
So
Ready to go.
P1, you are not going to do damage. You need to get it out of your head that you are going to look good on the meters. On our kill, I actually lost to the bear tank in damage in P1. Does not matter. As long as your guild has enough damage to kill crystals, you're fine. There's a couple of us that almost lost to the bear tank in damage, because all we were doing is hitting the boss and pressing utility spells. Cooldowns in this fight are kind of tight. If you do not press your cooldowns instantly when they are up, it is going to cause bad overlaps where you're pressing it at a shit time. P1 cooldowns are probably the hardest part because you have to use your puzzle box correctly, assuming that you still play puzzle box future on down the line when you're fighting this boss. Probably will. P1's very simple though. As a melee, glaives are harder than ranged. Common misconception when you come pull this boss. I will say, you will die to glaives as a melee unless you just are a beast. There are some times that you're just, the overlaps are horrible, and if you don't lose 10 seconds of boss up time, you're probably going to die. Play like that if you want. Whatever it may be. As we go through this kill, you're going to see a lot of extremely weird shit on my screen, like this let loose a wild roar. Yeah. This is liquid reminders. If you don't know what this add-on is, at a certain time in fight, you can set a note for you to remind yourself to press a button. I have it set up mostly personalized for myself. When you see a giant line of text on your screen, that is telling me I need to press something. It might look like complete and utter nonsense to you, but I set it up for myself because I know what's happening at this time, and I want it to be this time. If for some fucking reason you want my liquid reminder string, I'm probably going to post it in description. It is generally useful, especially in P2. P2, I don't have like any bullshit because it's actually a very scripted phase that you can do the same every single time, and it is very important to know what to do every single time. P1 is honestly, like, literally all you do is this dance around the boss. Every minute there's going to be a beam set, and on every ad spawn, I didn't show you the first couple ad spawns because they're not as important. So right here, this is kind of annoying. 2 minutes on the timer. You're going to be fighting this boss. You're going to come out of this realm, and you're going to have a beam instantly, and your cooldowns are going to be up. It is very important that you do this roar, and the second you cross over the line of this beam, you start pressing your puzzle box. If you desync your cooldowns like 5 seconds each time, you are not going to have your cooldowns for Lust. It is very important that you press your cooldowns on cooldown, even if it's not ideal. So you're going to see me do something here. Usually, you want to convoke, like, when it makes sense. Like, say you're pressing TF, Feral Frenzy, Rip, with Berserk, Pot, whatever. You're going to see me convoke here at, like, full combo points because you just need to get it on cooldown. It's very important. P1 damage is not very important for the long term of the boss. You want your cooldowns to be up in the P3 Lust Burn. If you do not press them on cooldown, they will not be up. Like right here, you're going to see, maybe I bite, I probably don't. Yeah, I just convoke with combo points. It doesn't matter if you're wasting, you just need to get it on cooldown. And ideally, you want it out before the Termination Matrix are out. They can't soak very many things. I think they can soak Rakes and Moonfires and Wraths, but all of your shit will go on the boss, even if you're a little late. Not the end of the world, but it is very important that this beam cross in particular, if you do not press correctly, your shit is going to be desynced by like 15 seconds because there's a lot of movement at this portion, and you have like a 5-second window to press your puzzle box when you cross this beam. Press it literally the second I cross. It's kind of blurry, sorry. I start channeling my puzzle box. Cooldown's on cooldown. It seems like an easy thing. It is not as easy as it is like seems on this fight. P1 is pretty straightforward. Every minute you roar the beams for your friends, you're probably going to have a kick because you're a melee and you can kick. An add-on does that for you. So, since you do not do anything on crystals, I'm going to talk about this now because I haven't been talking about it before. You need to be useful. You're not going to do any damage on crystals unless you're playing talents you shouldn't be playing. So I see there's 2 midnight crystals. We've already used our grips. We need knocks. There's a couple classes that can knock. The main classes in your raid that can knock are probably going to be Ellie Shaman, Augmentation Evoker, Mistweaver with Rop. But as a Feral Druid, you do have a knock. And because you are completely worthless on midnight crystals, you should go knock. So the Ellie Shaman knocks there, I go knock. And it is also very important, you put an Ursul's Vortex under the boss on every crystal set, because your globals do not matter here. You do no fucking damage. I'm going to show you why you do no fucking damage. This is Dratmoose putting me in the dumpster on this phase. Like, if you look at boss damage, it's okay. Okay. Wrong L'ura. There's 2 L'uras. I'm doing okay damage. Aug is broken in this phase because they get to buff more people than usual. I'm just hitting the boss. I'm not very useful in this phase. You have to use your utility. You have to knock every pull. Innervate your H-Pal if you're playing one, or whatever fucking class you're playing. Be useful with knocks. Ursul's Vortex every crystal set except the first one, because they just get eliminated by hunters. Use your utility. Very important. If you want to see crystal damage, this is about where you're going to be. You're basically a complete and total fucking worthless loser. There is no way for you to do damage to these. Unless you start talenting shit you shouldn't be talenting. Very unfortunate. It is what it is. There's other classes that'll carry the damage. It happens. It's fine. As you can see, on the overall, Feral's actually quite good at the fight because it is a pure single target fight. A very good pure single target. This was overall. This is stage 2. Doing 10k more than the next guy. This was a pretty lucky pull, to be fair. I'm usually not this ahead. Stage 3, this is where the damage amp is. Yeah, you do a lot of single target. Stage 4, I did top damage. Very good spec if you can get through phase 1. If you are going to be progging this fight as a Feral Druid, try to convince your GM to let you play based on how much boss damage you will do. You are also a very survivable melee that brings Typhoon and Ursuls, and as long as you are using your utility in P1, you can still be very useful. But, easier said than done. Good luck. Continuing on, that's basically phase 1. There's really nothing I can tell you about dodging glaives. It's almost entirely personal. Glaives are the hardest mechanic of this fight. P1 is the hardest part. By far, there is nothing harder in this fight. Other than just, like, personal play. Maybe, like, doing your rotation at another part of the fight where it's hard. Glaives are your #1 priority. Do not get hit by a glaive ever. I personally fucked up a lot on this fight, and I got hit by a lot of glaives. And I'm not even doing a hard job. If I had a seed, bro, we would never kill this boss. But I didn't have a seed. Thank God. Okay, intermission. This is another pretty good Feral Druid phase. Your personals are very good in this phase, and you take more healing. Depending on where you're going to be put, there's a couple spots that you may get fucked, but as a melee, you're going to be next to 2 healers, probably. Obviously, you basically use Stampeding Roar every minute. It is on every beam, and then on the intermission start, one thing I will say is that, go to this phase again, be a beam or something. So right here, you are in a different phase. You need to make sure you roar correctly. Do not just roar these 5 guys. You are going to see yourself shift up, and then you can roar. Do not just roar 5 people. You need to roar everybody, especially if you are the only roar or Windrush in your guild, whatever it may be. We happen to have a lot because our comp was fucking weird. You're probably going to have a weird comp too because you're playing a Feral Druid. That's okay. So, onward to intermission. You're probably going to get a time spiral. By the way, play Tiger Dash on this fight. Do not take Feral Charge. Play Tiger Dash. Feral Charge is completely useless. Play Tiger Dash. Play Tiger Dash. Play Tiger Dash. Okay. Intermission is very simple as a melee. You want to get as close to the boss as humanly possible. And this is another very important button press. You need to make sure this Feral Frenzy, you see, it is 3:03, and my 30 seconds are coming up at 3:05. You can do better than this. You need to not desync your shit. It is so important. I can't stress this enough. You have to press your 30 seconds on cooldown. You have to press your 2 minutes on cooldown. It is so very important. Positioning, it's just, you're going to spread. It'll be normal. Your guild will do that for you. Don't worry about it. They'll tell you where to stand. The very first beam that you get, you should bark skin. And then about halfway through this phase, you can see I have a timer right here, but our HPOW is calling like halfway and then 7 seconds. About halfway, I have a liquid reminder that pops up that says Bear Wall Bark, Heart of the Wild Frenzy Region, do something, oh my god. Press Heart of the Wild here. Go bear form. You'll see me go bear form probably soon here. And then I press Heart of the Wild, and if you have a Tiger's Fury or a dash, you can save a global. I'm stupid. I forgot. Little shifting trick, whatever. But Heart of the Wild is very good here. You don't need to press anything but Heart of the Wild and Bark. You really want to have this wall going into P2 in case you need it. It is a break in case of emergency in P2 because P2 is very hard defensively. So this is going to happen, and this is why you need to be close to the boss. I cannot stress this enough. There is a seed guy behind me. You can see it on the minimap. You can see him right here. You cannot be touching this guy. Or this guy, ideally. He's dead right now. But when everyone gets this, the Star Kill, the Kaiveza mechanic, you're going to see how much easier it is if you are close to the boss. There is almost no angle in the game that your shit will hit the people to the left or right if you are right next to the middle of the boss. You're gonna want to be back here because you're like, oh my god, look at all this room. But you are much, much safer, and everybody around you is much safer if you are close to the boss. I cannot stress this enough. It is very good. If you're low here, press Healthstone. Hot. Do not die in this phase. Press wall when you're progging. We eventually got to take things off because we got better at it. But you are going to fucking die in this phase. It is very healer heavy. Be nice to your healers if you're next to healers and move for them. Try to call out shit. Whatever. This phase, you have to aim correctly. It is very easy. The first mark, go to the left of the marker, whatever you get assigned. Second one, you go to the middle. The third one, you go to the right. It is a very simple phase. It is scripted. You can do the same thing every single pull, and you will succeed. Right here, I get this. I go to the left of the marker. This is one of the times that this is a very scary point. You could wall here if you are not confident in your guild healers. As you can see, almost nobody presses anything. The only people that press something are a hunter and a druid. I don't even know how they have this shit. It's crazy. You can press wall or Healthstone health pot here. This is the phase that you are going to use your Healthstone and health pot in, if you haven't already in the intermission. Right here, this cooldown set is very hard to press. It is cringe because of Algathar's puzzle box. You have to solve a puzzle or your shit is getting gripped. So, you will see me, things will pop up, and the Feral Druid, you are forced to play this horrible trinket, and you're going to have a roar every minute for the spread. Personally, I'm on orange, so I set a reminder, spread on orange, and then I have my roar here. So you roar, and your shit's gonna desync a little. This is the only part of the fight that if your desync happened, you get like a 3-second window here that makes it not fucked. So I start channeling my puzzle box near the edge. You have a roar, so you go really fast. You don't want to get sucked into the direct center. Avoid that at all costs. You need to be far. You can Tiger Dash to the edge and start channeling it. As long as you know you're going to get to your spot, you have to channel this stupid trinket while getting sucked. It's horrible. It's awful. Gotta deal with it. This is another part where you may want to... You can delay your Convoke a little just because of how fucked everything is with your combo point situation is going to be, because you have to press everything on cooldown. But I digress. Going through. Pressing Convoke. As a Druid, this bark skin on the second one is immense value. I don't have a reminder here, but basically aim on the marker. Everyone goes to a place. We have AMZs in the center on the second and third one, so it's very safe. At the end of this galvanize, you want to press bark skin at the close, like as late as you want. Like you want it to be very late because it can carry over to this spread. Up here, I have 7 seconds left of bark skin. Great. It lasted 2 mechanics. You're an immortal wall. Everything's good. Going. It's the same thing 3 times, except you go left, middle, right. It's really not a difficult phase. You're going to wipe here a lot to healer cooldowns. It's a very hard healing phase, but very simple and scripted, and you can do the same thing every time. I would recommend setting up reminders for left, middle, right. Very important. You're going to do another roar here, likely, and this is the second to last spread of the fight. A little tip for, we call them basketballs, like basketball soon. When the planets are colliding into the boss, you will always be safe to the left of a marker. Like, as long as you're left to a marker, a basketball can never hit you. They will always have their cross-section not on the markers if you're placing them correctly. So this one is the very hard one that I would recommend having a wall for. I think I don't actually press wall here for a long time because of how safe we got doing the fight. This is a bear form wall frenzied regen moment. This is also why you need to be playing Tiger Dash. You will see in a second. Just generally, it is better on this fight, but especially right here. So you're going to spread. And this is the P3 Nox. As here, I'm in bear form, I frenzied regen. And then you need to Tiger Dash to this soak. This used to be way harder. We're proccing the Mickey Mouse version of this boss. There used to be 3. But there's 2 now. So even if you suck at this, maybe your team can carry you. That's a really good one. But yeah, you Tiger Dash, and you want to go to the furthest one, ideally, because you are so fast. Our aggressive druid is even playing Tiger Dash. Right here, these 30 seconds, can't press them. Do not press them. Very bad if you press. So it's severancing, and you're getting split into 2. Right here, at the end of the Severance cast, if you are not full HP, you are going to die. You need to do something. Bear form, like I have Heart of the Wild, I have Pot, I have Bark, I have Wall. I don't know if I press any. We'll see. Am I a noob? I decide to Health Potion. Very good. The second you have access to this boss, you want to fucking Tiger's Fury, Barrel Frenzy, 5 combo point rip. If you were pressing correctly, it will be up. And everything's going to line up. You see 545. The Lust is around 605. So my cooldowns are going to be up because I pressed them on cooldown. You have to press your cooldowns on cooldown. It is so important. Continuing on. Memory game. As a melee, this mechanic kind of sucks. You're going to lose melee uptime due to dark constellations. Have a reminder for memory game and stars and everything. Someone's going to call it on your side. Our Demon Hunter called it because he had a seed. This Warlock here is trying to fucking kill me. If we had a seed, I actually don't know what this guy's doing. I won't even lie. If we both had a marker that wasn't the same, we wipe here because he just walked on my head for some reason. No idea why. But it was fine. I think he was trying to bait constellations. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't get a mark here, so you just keep hitting the boss. Don't think. Even if you're on the other side in the other light, you need to go to your tank after the memory game. It'll be soaks. Right here is Lust. Everything's up. Your shit comes up right like 5 seconds after Lust is pressed. This 2 minutes, do not forget. This is a damage amp. This is so important. Muy importante. If you are playing scared for your life, you need to lock in at this moment because this is where you're going to do most of your damage in P2. It's during a soak for you, which is very chill. You're just hitting the boss and you're moving to other soaks. Constellations, I will say, this mechanic is hard. It is harder than it seems. You are going to die to it. It's going to make you feel like shit. Recommendation, if you see a triangle formation, like so, get in the center of it. That is my #1 tip for you. You just don't want to be in between 2 balls, and if you see a triangle formation, there is no way, if you go in the middle of it, for a connection to happen. It always takes the shortest possible path. A triangle formation here, most of the raid gets there. It's completely safe. This mechanic is fucking hard, though. Good luck. It is very hard. You're going to have a roar here. Likely. If you are roaring the first set, maybe you have a Rescue Druid or a Shaman that's doing it for you, but I was roaring here. Good place to bark, wall, whatever it may be. I bark here, you roar, you run with. You don't have to lose boss up time. Just run with your seed, everything's good. The longer this phase goes on, the scarier it gets. We'll start losing your seed presses. So you only have 2 light circles now. Shit's getting real. From here on, cooldowns, you just press your shit on cooldown. Constellations, by the time that a lot of people were going to be doing this boss, you were just going to skip this last memory game that's coming up in like a minute, which is going to make the fight tremendously easier. But you have a memory game like here, we were X first, so you collide instantly. I would say, generally, do not even fucking move unless Constellations is over. You have so much time, it's not even funny. The memory game goes out. It's X, circle, triangle. You have 15 seconds to do the mechanic. Stars will come out, and they will form in like 3 seconds, and you will still have like 7 seconds to do the whole mechanic. If you see something obvious, do it, but I would recommend you generally don't move, try to communicate, say if you're going to go to someone, say who's going first, whatever it may be. This gateway here, you should probably press wall sometime here. I just decided that wall wasn't good, I guess. I'm an idiot. There is going to be a point that I think I wall here. It is very scary. This is why you want to have wall if you are progging this fight. Wall is very broken. 60% DR with matted fur. You're basically unkillable from any mechanic. You can stand in anything as long as it's not doing like 10 million damage. I have stood in dark constellations with wall and lived. So this is the hardest memory game of the fight. Only right side gets this generally. We have enough DPS that we skip the left side memory game. If you are right side, this memory game is really fucking hard. So I'm going to turn on sound for this. Mainly because of a comm I did. This is possible.
It's a little weird.
It's very rare this is going to happen. So you're going to get a fuck ton of marks. It's scary.
Diamond.
Our dragon actually dies here, which is tragic, but that means he doesn't get a mark. So it is diamond, circle, X, triangle, I think was the order. You see a diamond there. It's really fucking hard to do this mechanic. I don't even know. Oh, the other diamond is always going to be in the middle usually. It is a demon hunter that doesn't have a seed. They always hit the first marker for some reason. So the very first one has a very easy time. It looks like there's not a lot of room. But this first marker is always going to go in the dead center, and the seed can't get a marker, and the demon hunter who is doing this mechanic is always going to get this first marker. Always. I don't know why that's how it happens, but you will have an avenue of travel through the middle after that. But the problem is, dark constellations happen in the middle of this. This is completely RNG. This can spawn over here and not touch you while they're doing their soaks, or it can spawn in the middle of your fucking circle. Very bad. So we see a constellation spawn here, and I say warrior, since we're next, go around into the darkness, press wall. Very good. If you see something like that, you need to comment. Having a microphone is great on this fight, especially on the hardest set in the fucking world.
And last one.
Soaks.
We spawn soaks, but everything's fine. This is the one that you just get to skip because we have enough damage. You may get to skip that memory game, depending on how late you start progging this boss. This is the hardest part of P3 by far. It doesn't even come close. You just all stack over here on this side while they are spreading and not colliding because you are going to kill the boss and you're going to phase it. E4 is very simple. You're just going to press your cooldowns. The second you land, use them all. And then after that, you are going to live. Living is the most important thing in P4 by far. Bar none. Living is what matters. You will do a lot of damage in P3. I'll show that now. So stage 2, I'm gaming. Stage 3, I do pretty good damage. I lose to OP class and an execute class. That guy does no damage otherwise. Good for him. Pretty good damage. Stage 4, you will also do good damage, but the number one most important thing is the last light. This is just the damage you do to the boss if you are alive. Your life matters more than anything. You could sit in bear form this entire phase, and you would be more useful than if you got your cooldown set and died. You do way more damage just living. Living is number one priority in this phase. If you have to sit bear form for 30 seconds or regrowth yourself over and over and over again, you are being more useful than if you die. So, that being said, let's go back. When you land, instantly start channeling your Puzzy B. Instantly. You don't have a lot of time, and I will say, the hardest part of this fight, or hardest part of this phase in particular, is Star Splinters. It's the stuff you get in Intermission. It's very difficult, it's very confusing, it's very hard. Because tensions are high, you got 8 minutes and 30 seconds in, you got a burn phase, and you gotta win. I would recommend having the add-on, Liquid Reminders, left, right, left. That is the order of Star Splinters. First goes left, second goes right, third goes left, and you're probably going to have to go up or down depending on your angle. Every single star splinter, make sure that you know that you are going left, right, left. The first one that spawns, just in your head say left, right, left. The group never moves. There is tanks and immune soaks dealing with this shit. Your tank will do that for you. Hopefully you don't have to soak anything because you don't have an immune. You are just going to sit in this pixel stack and you're going to do damage and you're going to go left, right, left if you get a star splinter. Otherwise, you stand completely still. Otherwise, it's a fairly simple phase. You do the same thing 6 times. We did this with 19 people alive. It's an easy phase. It has 3 mechanics. Again, pixel stack, left, right, left. So that guy gets left. I got right. I got second one, so I go right. You're going to have to angle it. You may have to go up or down sometimes. But yeah, like I said, do not be afraid to go bear form. Bear form's a very good button. You will live. You will do more damage to the boss than if you weren't. Usually your roar is going to be assigned to one of these heaven and hell casts. Healing and damage taken in this phase doesn't really matter. If you get hit by anything, it's a one-shot, and healers do like 7 billion% more healing in this phase. You can use personals. It doesn't really matter that much, though. You're going to die, you're going to die. So again, you just run right, and then you pixel stack and plant, and then it's left, right, left. I cannot stress this enough. The number one most important thing is every set left, right, left. This guy, we're going to show you what not to do. Panicking with your star killer is how you lose. I wiped this a couple times with this. Many people did. It's an easy phase with easy mechanics that you are going to wipe the raid with. It'll be okay, though. So this priest does it fine. This shaman does it great. This hunter, he hesitated. He went right, and then his beam is through the raid because he hesitated and he did not follow the left, right, left. So he killed 2 people. Luckily, because most of the raid was alive, we will end up killing the boss here. And there was going to be a left, right, left. And then Midnight Perpetual, that is your death. You die here. If it does like 1.5 million damage, if you had Bark and Wall, you could maybe go Bear Form, but it's going to one-shot everyone. Immunes get pressed here. Dots will maybe kill it if you're this low. Ideally, it's just dead like before this cast even starts if everyone's alive. So yeah, we blow up. These guys cheat death, and then they die instantly after because it ticks for 1 billion damage. And then we win because our DK purged. Very sloppy. Even this early, we're like, I don't know what week this is. Even, like, I think we got, like, World 15th. It's kind of a joke of a phase as long as you live. Most important thing is living in this phase. I will be posting my liquid reminder string in the description. It is somewhat helpful if you can parse the information. You can go in and change the text you want if yourself. I set it up how I like it, which is very stupid. I know my shit sucks. Sorry. But yeah, I do think, any final thoughts? This is a pretty good Feral fight. I know it's a meme. Feral sucks this tier. Your AoE's horrible. But this is finally a fight that you can be in on a Feral Druid and be very useful. Phase 1 is very important. You are a burden, but make sure you are a burden who uses his utility. That is all. If this was helpful for you, let me know. I might do more things like this in the future. If you leave a comment, have a question, whatever, I can try to help. I'm fairly active in the Druid Discord and the Feral channel. You can always ping me there for a question, whatever it may be. But that is all for now. Wow, I talked for 29 minutes. God damn. Anyways, I'm going to take a sip of this Diet Coke and bid you farewell. Bye.